Okay, so now the reason for not going out in the market always and hunting for talent, and let me be very upfront about this, is again 80% of the organizations who are feeding you talent are not aware as to what they're looking for. I can give you examples. I can give you umpteen number of examples wherein folks are just doing some kind of tag search or some kind of keyword search in a portal like Naukri or Times Job or wherever, and are just pushing profiles at you. And over a period of time, some of them have come up with very fancy ways of doing that, and excellent operational control around those very mundane and very basic activities, which probably you can end up doing yourself if you have the bandwidth. But of course, you do not consider it to be your core work, and which is definitely is true, and that's the reason you kind of outsource it. But you're taking a big risk. Most of you are taking a huge risk because I am aware that the selection process itself is not very scientific. And having said this, I speak from experience because the organizations that I've worked with and the folks that I've consulted with, I've tried my best to push a structure, and I'm literally telling you, I've probably done the wrong thing by trying to push it, but it's just not possible for them to think in that manner and think that yes, if you implement some of these activities which during sourcing are known as talent management, or say some kind of okay, let me be again very frank, some kind of assessment, some kind of an actual assessment, some kind of an actual structure around the interviewing process does not exist. It doesn't exist at all. I have been through so many interviews. I have myself sat through so many interviews as an interviewer or as a panel. It's lacking. So my advice to you is use your money. Don't go ahead and pilfer your money on wasting your money in this manner. Get raw material into the organization which can show you potential. Get people into the organization who show you potential, and then ensure that you enhance their potential to meet your specific need. Right? So that is what L&D is all about. Okay. Now, what could be the eligibility criteria? So this is just very basic. So I'll just skip over this. We need not necessarily look at this. Now, how would you close the? You've gone ahead and created some training sessions. And say this is where the enhance starts, the mentor profiles. So I'll show this to you. You can go ahead and upload your mentor profiles in this particular portal. From there, you can go ahead and also upload your collaterals. So collaterals can be absolutely anything. Let's say you are the marketing head of one of the organizations. You can go ahead and upload the whichever way any marketing collaterals that you want to share within the organization. Or let's say you are also going ahead and joining some portal like ours, which says that you can also be a global mentor. Let's presume there are 20 folks from various marketing organizations who follow you on, say, LinkedIn or on Facebook or somewhere, because they probably want to learn from you, and they do not have that opportunity because they can't necessarily come and join your organization or write an email to you and say, fine, ma'am, please can you help us with this. So, and of course, you also have that ability, that potential, that time to spare, wherein you would love to mentor some folks who are not part of your organization. So you can come and join a portal like ours, upload your profile over there, it says mentor profiles, upload your collaterals. Then the mentees will choose mentors. It's just like, LinkedIn, the profile once seen, I also go ahead and follow whole lots of people because I necessarily want to learn from them. That's the reason I follow them, and whenever they post something, I love and go and I go and read those posts because I need to learn. So if somebody has that requirement and they probably don't want to use LinkedIn and they want something with little bit more control, with little bit more of I don't want to use that word, but little bit more of less transparency, you can use our non-global kind of portlet. So let me show you all of that. Okay, and this is of course our little contact information. So we are done with this. Now going to enhance. Now this is what it looks like right now. So it's in beta version, and the reason I have this pick up here is it says don't learn well alone, which is absolutely fine. So you need to learn along with friends, which is again great. But one size does not fit all. So you might end up looking at a CBT. You might end up being in a facilitated session in your organization. But if those two mediums of communication, those two mediums of training are not rich enough to go ahead and deliver what you necessarily need, then there's no point. Then you're absolutely just wasting your time. Okay, let me just log out from here so that you get to view as to how this is seen by an end user. So this is what the end user would see. It says enhance mentoring coaching portal. It can see absolutely anything, of course, if a client wants to kind of customize it. And the strategic leadership India, because it's hosted on my domain as of now. So that's what it says, but that can be changed absolutely anytime. Okay, so why enhance? Move from generic one size fits all training interventions which are not necessarily specific to an individual or specific to a team or a department, to specific need-based learning solutions. So not only are we offering you interventions, but we are offering you an overall framework along with which if you run along, you'll definitely get certain results. That is definitely there. But I do not make tall claims, and let me let me not do that. But there are a lot of people out here, who make tall claims. They'll say your productivity will increase by 100%. Your attrition will go down by 30%. This will happen, that will happen. I do not make any claims of that sort, because long back I learned, and this was a learning which I got from Satyam long back in say 2004. We launched a new version of the performance management system, a very basic application, nothing very fancy. There were not many changes also to it. Nothing of that sort. All that work had got done, probably much before I joined the organization. But we were gathering feedback from a lot of our leaders, and one of them very clearly said, "Okay, I'll put my feedback on the form." And even though I could never point out, even though I could never find out if that was the individual who did that, but I found a comment over there that said, "A fool with a tool is still a fool." Yeah. So unfortunately, just by using the tool and not understanding the concept and not trying to make a cultural change in the organization, you will definitely not get results. Yeah, perfect. So create and enhance the existing job profiles for leaders. So in case you don't have job profiles for leaders, this framework will help you create that. It will also, of course, enhance the existing job profiles over a period of time. Be future focused. Develop leadership for aspired roles or desired roles, not only the current roles. So again, a very generic thought that I want to share with you. Training is usually a term which is utilized for the current role and whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in your current role, whereas development is meant for the future role or the enhanced role, so to say. And that is what we would like to look at. Okay, so this of course is, you could have gone over here and seen a demo of the application. Now let me take you to something which is called the insights, and this is the overall framework for the enhance. And while this is the overall framework, it ensures that whatever it is that you're doing in enhance gets reflected in many different manners all over the organization. Let's say there are mentoring profiles that get uploaded, right? So immediately within insights, and presuming that most of your leaders within your organization are also utilizing this portal, and this portal also as of now is in beta. The launch will happen formally about a week from now, and because it's in beta, let me again play around with it a little so that you can have a look and you can understand what the capabilities which are there. As you see, it's a Google site, it's a Google portal. Absolutely anybody in the world, absolutely anywhere can access it. as long as you can access Google, if that is allowed in your organization. If that is not allowed in your organization, then of course this entire application can get ported to your particular domain also. But we don't necessarily prefer that. We are an organization that believes in free learning and utilizing free apps as long as that is available, and Google does a great job of it. Okay, so let's say you are a paid individual user, so you can go and log in over here, and so you can go and log in over here, and you can go ahead and say fine, so these are the things that I want to do as a paid user, and you can start doing those. Now over here I have not necessarily shown you the paid user login, because in the paid user login you need to choose a certain organization. You also need to kind of sign in with a particular unique ID, which doesn't necessarily happen. Okay, it seems I had, possibly I went out of the call. Okay. Now let me show you the paid login and how that works.